So here in the United States, it is getting close to that day that we all file our taxes, or we can start, because the IRS has told us when they will begin collecting federal tax returns for the year of 2023. Now, this is big news, and the reason why this is big news is because Congress also is putting a bill in place that could potentially have a deadline. I want to address what this is, why this is so important, and how this could mean more money into your pocket very soon. But you've probably been hearing everybody saying, do not file your taxes yet. I want to explain why they're saying this and what you should do moving forward. So I'll explain that in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So first off, why are people saying do not file your taxes yet? Well, it's simple. It's because Congress is contemplating and working on a bill right now that could put more money in your pocket. And if you went and filed your taxes, it would just create more work for you to go back and refile your taxes again to potentially get an additional credit. That's the only reason why they're saying do not file your taxes yet. But here's what you need to know. First off, on January 29th, that is the date that the IRS will start collecting your tax return. So they're expecting more than 128.7 million individual tax returns this year. The IRS is going to be busy. Now, here's the problem. The IRS, they are already overworked. They do not have the system in place to be able to process almost 130 million individual tax returns quickly, especially if there is one that throws up a red flag. So, here's what we're hearing from tax experts. They are saying that if you need to file your federal tax return now because you are trying to get some money back, go and do it. Go and do it, because then if Congress does pass this new bill, which could put more money into your pocket, you can simply go back and amend the tax return. Now, I want to be 100% clear. I am not a tax professional. I'm not a CPA. I'm not licensed or anything. Okay? So, if you have any questions, go and talk to your accountant. Go and talk to your CPA. Figure out what is the best plan for you. Don't just listen to somebody on TikTok or on YouTube or on Instagram saying, don't file your taxes, wait as long as possible. No, every situation is different, and you may not even get an increase in your tax return because of the new bill that Congress is discussing. Let's talk about that right now. So Congress is trying to address a child tax credit. So the proposed child tax credit expansion would actually lift 500,000 children out of poverty by 2025. So in this proposal, the bipartisan proposal includes or increases the maximum credit per child to $2,000 from $1,600 through 2025. Now, why would this matter? Why, again, if you don't have children, the bill that they are discussing now will not matter. It won't affect you unless you have a business, because business deductions are also included into this. But keep this in mind. People are telling others to do not file your taxes. Wait. Don't file your taxes for 2023 yet. Wait. Because there could be more coming. And there could. Here's what we know. As of right now, the proposal includes a child tax credit. Okay, and we'll get to more on that in just a moment. And it also includes business deductions, both of which you can go back and you can amend your tax return to get an additional tax credit, additional deduction. Okay? So, for all those that are saying do not file your taxes yet, according to accountants, you can, and it would make sense, especially if you're already getting hundreds or thousands of dollars back anyway, that you could use to feed your family, keep a roof over your head, and to put fuel in your car. you might as well file your tax return and then go back and amend it later if this bill passes. I want to be very clear on that. If the bill passes. As of right now, we do not know. Now, here's something else I want to bring to your attention. Right now, the question's being asked, will monthly payments be returning? Because if you remember back in 2021, the child tax credits came out as payments. You got 6 months of payments in 2021, and that was for, it started, I believe, in July or whatever. It was 6 months. Every single month on the specific date, you got your $250 or $300 per child. Now, are those payments going to be returning? The answer is simple. The answer as of right now is no. Those payments will not be returning just yet because this is not the child tax credit payments. These are just enhanced child tax credits. Here's how they're enhancing them. Look at this. So currently, households earning $200,000 or less, or $400,000 for couples with children ages 16 and under, are generally eligible for a $2,000 tax credit. However, only $1,600 of that amount is refundable, meaning you can receive it as a refund even if you don't owe any taxes. That's very important because let's say you have children, but you do not owe any taxes because you didn't work. Well, guess what? Previously, this is what you saw, okay? It said that you is generally eligible for $2,000, but only $1,600 of that is refundable. So only $1,600 will be paid to you, not $2,000. You're missing out on $400. Well, here's what we know. Under the proposal, the refundable amount would increase to $1,800 in 2023, and then it would go up $100 in 2024 and 2025. So it would go all the way to $2,000 in 2025. It also adjusts annually based on inflation. Okay? That's the big news. It will increase based off of inflation. Now, here's where things get interesting. Will this pass? Here's the reason why I'm bringing this up. There is a possibility that this bill passes, and it's because of one thing. Congress has not passed a substantial bill for the American people, for low-income households, for businesses in a while. Let's be very honest with this. It's been a while. So one of the things that Congress is currently working on is a border security deal. There's also a bill for Ukraine, sending funding to Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan. That's on the table as well. However, there's no guarantee that passes. So one of the things that we've been hearing lately from multiple congressional aides is that Congress is looking at passing any bill whatsoever so that they can go to their constituents and say, hey, look what we did for you in 2023 or 2024. That's where they're lacking, is they can't go to their constituents and be like, hey, look what we've done, because they haven't done anything. So the idea behind this child tax credit and business deduction bill is simple. Congress has to pass a bill so that they have something to show for their past year. Now, will this exact bill pass? That we do not know. My guess is this is going to be very close to what it's going to look like if it does pass. There might be some changes here and there, but we don't know exactly what they look like or when those changes would be put into effect. All I can tell you right now is this is the bill that we've been given. So, one thing I do know is that if this bill is to pass, the expectation is the deadline is January 29th, 2024. The reason why that's the deadline is because lawmakers want to pass this before anybody starts filing their taxes so that the IRS isn't burdened with an amendment. The IRS is concerned that people are going to file taxes, then they will refund them their money or whatever they get, then they'll come back later on in a month or 2 or 3 months once Congress does pass this, and then they will have an amendment crisis, which then they'll have to go and process those returns as well, which chances are will throw up additional red flags. So there's a lot of stuff happening right now, but this is what we know is going on as of today. So again, as soon as I know more information on this, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.